All right, for the new players at home, I have a theory that Gaia, Earth, is a fetus about to be born. Let me check I'm recording. All right, it just fucked out on me, so now I'm checking again I'm recording. All right, I am. Okay, so um, in March this year, I made a series of videos called Gaia Was a Fetus, and basically it covered my theory on a biological level. And it went into details comparing the developmental milestones of the pregnancy with history and how basically everything that's happened in history was just information telling us what was happening in that stage of the pregnancy development. Um, and so at the end of that video, it touched on Sarah. So Gaia is Sarah Rose Magdalene, daughter of Mary Magdalene and Jesus. It touched on her generational trauma, which then leads into the quantum level, right? So because thought I was clever, I used part the final part of the Gaia Was a Fetus, part 9, was a shared electron. And sorry, I just lost my train of thought because I made this as a reply to my video so that you could access it easy. Hopefully you can still do that. Anyway, the point is you need to watch part 9 of Gaia Was a Fetus because it also was part 1 of uh Quantum Physics is Biology Inverted, which is this series that I'm about to continue. So I'm going to check and hopefully you can click somewhere up here on that comment and then go and look at that. Otherwise, you're going to have to scroll back a bit. But this is what the video looks like. So if you do have to go scrolling for it, it looks like. All right, so that little comment is there, but it's only at the start of the video, so you might have to just wait for the start of the video. But yeah, up there, click that, and then do view original video or comment, or whatever it is, and it should take you straight to that shared electron video. Okay, so do that first. Like, it's important you go and look at that first. All right, that's it for that notebook. Bring on the next notebook. Okay, when I say quantum physics is biology inverted, I mean like human biology or multi-celled organism type biology. It could apply to single-celled organisms, but I haven't looked at that because I'm not interested in that. This might be a bit of a messy series because the quantum physics side of things is my least researched area. So I'm learning as I go. But basically, Gaia Was a Fetus was, as I said, the biological level, and um, this series is going to be the atomic level and the effect that perception has on the atomic level. Because thoughts create reality, because they are literally our DNA or maybe our RNA, either way. All right, so that's what I want to tell you at the end. Let me have a little read of what I wrote for you. All right, so this video, part 2, is about generational trauma and timelines and how that relates to quantum physics and quantum entanglements. Uh, uh, um, all right, so Mary's mother's guilt from knowing that about Mary's sexual abuse would have put her on a lower vibrational timeline, affecting her behavior towards Mary, leaving Mary feeling neglected and creating generational trauma, right? This generational trauma will affect the development of Sarah's eggs, like her oocytes, because when you are having a girl, like when you're born female, all of your eggs for your whole lifetime are already in your ovaries. They develop with you as a baby, right? So this generational trauma will affect the development of Sarah's eggs, interfering with her RNA, could be DNA, anyway, synthesis, which then affects how her genetics were coded, okay? Generational trauma holds you on a timeline where healing is required. But because multiple timelines exist simultaneously, with higher timelines existing through, yeah, if you want to access them, you have to do your inner work, I'm afraid. It means the timeline is changeable, meaning all of your pasts are happening at the same time, right? The timeline we are on depends on what past action we are responding to in the present, which decides what future timeline we end up on, which means the potential futures are ready to be coded at the same time in the now. So that's the observer effect. In my last video, I had mentioned that the number ratio that kept coming up for me was 1 to 2, and so that's mitosis, cell division. I just wanted to throw that in there. All right, so basically, while generational trauma may code your DNA, authenticity can recode it. So once you are able to heal from any trauma and break those bloody generational curses, then once you step into your authentic self, the person that you are meant to be, because remember, we're cells and each cell has its own purpose in keeping the body healthy. So once we step into our authentic selves, we will recode our DNA and our RNA to what it was meant to be. And then that will help Gaia. Well, it helps you, it helps the collective, but if all of humanity recognized their authentic self and started playing the role that they are actually meant to be playing in this world, that creates a healthy Sarah Rose Magdalene, which would be very nice because at the moment she's not a very healthy fetus. All right. Is there anything else that I want to say? I don't know what the next one, I think the next video, part 3, is going to be about quantum entanglements and how, I don't know if you know much about DNA synthesis, but there's this thing called a replication fork, right? Which is a quantum entanglement. And the replication fork runs along the double helix of the DNA, and it separates the codons, what are they called? Eek. Anyway, irrelevant. The point is, it separates the double helix and then it reads it and replicates it, but it reads one strand going forwards and it reads the other strand, they call it prime, going backwards. All right, and so that is what I think the next video is going to cover. I think that's it. Hopefully that wasn't too long, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, I just need to add, because I will be uploading these videos to YouTube as well, you won't be able to comment because this is being recorded in TikTok. But it won't matter because it will be in a playlist and part 1 will be right there for you anyway. Alright, run along now and have some fun, do some learning. Goodbye.